The house was hauntingly still that afternoon, a silence so profound it drew attention to the soft hum of the fridge and the distant songs of birds outside. I lingered in the living room, the magazine in my hands, a mere distraction from the thoughts swirling in my mind. David was away on yet another business trip, leaving a void that felt both familiar and aching. I couldn't care less. It had become a familiar dance. Yet the void inside me surged with an intensity I had never known. My heart sank as I checked my phone, longing for a message that never came. The silence deepened the ache of my mundane existence. Familiarity wrapped around me like a warm embrace, yet it also kept me from the thrill of the unknown. I thought I loved David, or maybe I just wanted to. Yet, as days passed, an undeniable change began to stir. What once ignited a fire now felt like a warm embrace, yet that embrace had dulled into a quiet acceptance. The echo of a car door closing shattered the stillness. I caught a glimpse of Caleb, my nephew, as he approached the house, a mix of longing and hesitation swirling within me. He was the son of David's younger brother, a connection that felt both warm and complicated. I opened the door to find Caleb, my nephew, on the porch, his smile both inviting and dangerously captivating. "Hey, Caleb. I've been thinking about our time together, even though we both know it's complicated. It feels so comforting, yet so confusing, and I can't help but value these rare moments we share." "What draws you to this place?" I inquired, masking my astonishment. Uncle David asked me to retrieve some documents he had forgotten, his gaze igniting a spark that sent my heart racing. "I hope this moment isn't too inconvenient." I moved aside, my heart racing as he crossed the threshold. "Not even close. Step inside." When he stepped inside, I felt a spark ignite, his presence electrifying the air around us. He flung his bag onto the couch, eyes darting around the room, heart racing with nervous energy. "A beautiful spot, just like before. Your taste is impeccable, dear aunt." I laughed softly, brushing off the praise. "Sweet words won't save you from the storm. Which papers do you seek?" Caleb let out a soft sigh, a hint of longing in his eyes. "It's something about the property papers, I believe." As he walked toward the study, my thoughts drifted to how he was nothing like David. Caleb was a whirlwind of spontaneity and charm, a breath of fresh air that stirred something deep within me, something I hadn't felt in ages. I brushed the thought aside, a flutter of embarrassment warming my cheeks. He was everything I shouldn't want. But then Caleb came back, papers in hand, his sleeves rolled up, exposing a tattoo on his forearm that sent a shiver down my spine. Caleb noticed my gaze on his tattoo and smiled warmly. "What do you think?" he asked, his tone light and curious. "It's complicated," I replied, my heart racing with a mix of excitement and fear. We found a moment to sit together, exchanging whispers and stolen glances, our laughter mingling with the tension in the air. Caleb's stories sparkled with life and laughter, a thrilling escape from the dull routine that had ensnared me. In that fleeting instant, the world faded away. My heart feels heavy for him, caught between responsibility and care, where silence speaks louder than words. It was only Caleb and me, two souls entwined in a bond that felt both thrilling and wrong. Our words danced in the air, igniting a warmth within me that felt both thrilling and dangerous, a sensation I thought I'd lost forever. Caleb reclined on the couch, our eyes locking for a heartbeat longer than necessary as he spoke. His attentive gaze, hanging on my every word, stirred something deep within me, an allure that felt both thrilling and wrong. In that fleeting moment, as Caleb reached for the glass of water, our fingers brushed, stirring a feeling that felt both unexpected and confusing. Our encounter was fleeting, yet it ignited a fire within me that I can't shake off. I instinctively pulled away, masking my feelings with laughter, yet the warmth in my cheeks betrayed me. Do you sense it? Caleb's voice faltered, his gaze meeting mine, making my heart race in a way that felt both surprising and confusing. Caleb spoke lightly, yet his gaze pierced through me, filled with unspoken longing. Of course, I replied, my voice barely above a whisper as I stood, needing space between us. It's just a little too warm in here, that's all. I lost myself in the kitchen, hoping to escape the weight of my thoughts. Yet I felt Caleb's presence linger in the air, a quiet reminder from across the room. As I glanced over my shoulder, he lingered in the doorway, exuding a quiet allure that sent a thrill through me. You feel different today, he said, his voice barely above a whisper. In what way does it change everything? I fought to mask my feelings. Caleb's words sent a shiver down my spine. I'm lost in this feeling, perhaps a little more vibrant. His tone held a sincerity that felt too genuine to be mere flattery. For the first time in ages, someone truly saw me, and the intensity of it sent shivers down my spine. Caleb, maybe you should leave now, I murmured, my eyes drifting away from his. Why does this moment feel so complicated? He leaned in, the air heavy with things we couldn't say. I answered in a heartbeat. No explanation needed. Only. His gaze locked onto mine, leaving me speechless. Perhaps I felt it, yet the words remained trapped within me. The air crackled with tension, thick with secrets and desires we dared not voice. Caleb was standing too close now, and I could feel my heart racing, my defenses crumbling. This isn't right, I murmured, my heart racing as I glanced at Caleb. I know, he murmured, his voice a soft whisper, filled with unspoken longing. But doesn't it just feel so right? As I gazed up at him, my heart pounded wildly within me. In that fleeting instant, everything else vanished. In that fleeting instant, it was only us, caught between what should never be and what we couldn't resist. Caleb's hand brushed mine briefly, stirring an unexpected feeling. I stayed close, caught in the moment. The walls closed in, and suddenly, the space between us disappeared, as if it had never existed at all. Every fiber of my being urged me to pull away, to think twice, to weigh the risks ahead. Yet, I found myself frozen in place. Just as the air thickened with unspoken desires, the creak of the front door broke the spell. My heart raced as Caleb and I abruptly pulled apart, instinctively facing the sound. Caleb's cousin lingered in the doorway, his gaze a tangled web of confusion and suspicion. Hey, Caleb murmured, his gaze flickering nervously between us. Did I walk in on something I shouldn't have? No, of course not, I said, the laugh escaping my lips like a fragile whisper, empty and aching. Caleb was on the verge of departure, his hands busy with the papers meant for me. Caleb flashed a playful smile at his cousin, a hint of something deeper lingering in the air. Isn't it just? Dylan, his cousin, arched an eyebrow. Skepticism etched across his face. As I struggled to regain my composure, Caleb glanced back, our eyes meeting in a fleeting electric connection. Guess it's the right moment, Dylan said, his voice betraying nothing. My uncle requested I come by to collect those papers again. My heart raced as the truth about Caleb's excuse came crashing down. Dylan stood there, a haunting reminder of the boundary I had almost breached, and a rush of shame enveloped me. I believe there's been a mix-up, I said hurriedly, my heart racing as I fought to reclaim the moment. Caleb has the papers in his hands, a secret that binds us closer, yet keeps us apart. It's better if you go. Dylan remained still, his gaze sharpening with unspoken tension. It's strange. He never said you'd be here. Caleb shrugged, a hint of something unspoken flickering in his eyes. I never believed it would mean anything. We were merely stealing a moment together. Just this. The words lingered, innocent at first glance, yet heavy with unvoiced desire. Dylan's gaze held mine a heartbeat too long, an unspoken tension hanging in the air between us. With a tightness in his voice, he finally said, "I'll let you two continue," before turning away. He walked out, leaving the door just a crack open, a lingering tension hanging in the air. The heavy silence enveloped them, thick with unspoken words. Caleb's gaze met mine, a storm of emotions hidden beneath his calm facade.